Alrighty guys, we're back for some underplayed Grixis, and this is a March of the Machine, the Aftermath, Standard Brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Redcat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link as well as that brand new Patreon link down in the description if you're interested in joining either of those up. Okay, what do we got in the build here? First of all, it says underplayed, not never played. And second of all, we had to cheat on the mana base, obviously, right? Although I do think Mirix is underplayed sometimes, but a story for another day, huh? First challenge of underplayed Grixis was to find some underplayed removal, and I landed on Overwhelming Remorse, which is a 5 mana instant speed. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard. Exile target creature or planeswalker. So not half bad, honestly, guys. Now we got 22 total creatures in here, so a little over a third of the deck. I think it's going to be solid, man. So with this card, though, you got to have some form of a graveyard strategy. So we landed on Reanimator, which I do think is an underplayed archetype for Grixis. Black Sun's Twilight works well as the underplayed removal and works with the Reanimator theme. It's an X and a black instant speed up to 1 target creature, gets -X/-X until end of turn, and then if X is 5 or more, return a creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Nice. So we got a bunch of great 5 mana cards to work well with the Black Sun's Twilight, like Sol'kanar the Tainted. It's a 5 mana 5/5 legendary creature. At the beginning of your end step, choose one that hasn't been chosen. So, draw a card, okay. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life, or Sol'kanar the Tainted deals 3 damage to up to 1 other target creature or planeswalker, or exile Sol'kanar, then return it to the battlefield under an opponent's control. So obviously you want to choose that last ability last and all the other 3 first, and hopefully at that point it's either they remove Sol'kanar or you win before you give it to them. Hopefully, right? That's the goal. Although we do have ways to sacrifice our Sol'kanar with the Rankle and Torbran here. It's a 5 mana 3/4 legendary creature. It has flying, first strike, haste. Nice. When it deals combat damage to a player or battle, you choose any number of these. So you can have each player create a treasure token. Each player sacrifices a creature. There you go. Or if a source would deal damage to a player or battle this turn, it deals that much damage plus 2 instead, which is pretty good because this has first strike, it pings on in, and then the rest of your creatures get that plus 2 as well. I think Rankle and Torbran is easily underplayed, right? The power level of Standard's kind of crazy. There's so many just really cool or really great cards just sitting around, man. So I like doing this underplayed nonsense. We got 2 Archpriest of the Shadows here in the 5 mana spot as well. It's a 5 mana 4/4 with backup 1, and it has Death Touch. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or battle, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Nice, pretty solid Reanimator card. The biggest issue is you actually have to have creatures that can slam through. So we have a flyer here at the front of the build that you could easily plop that back up onto. Aven Heartstabber is a 2 mana 1/1 with flying. As long as there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard, Aven Heartstabber gets +2/+2 and Death Touch. Nice. And when it dies, you mill 2 cards and draw a card. Not half bad, guys. It really isn't. I guess it feels a little bad to get cut down, but not really, because at least you draw a card and then you mill a couple as well. I guess the worst case scenario for Heartstabber is maybe you have to block against mono red and they have etching on the board, so it ends up getting exiled. But even then, hopefully you traded with a Phoenix chick or something, right? So yeah, plopping the backup onto a flyer like Heartstabber is all fine and dandy, huh? But also sometimes opponents just don't play with creatures. We're seeing a lot more control, so I think it might be relatively easy to actually pull off this Archpriest ability. But we have more ways to reanimate as well. Invasion of Amonkhet is a 3 mana battle siege with 4 defense counters on it. And when it enters the battlefield, each player mills 3 cards, then each opponent discards a card, and you draw a card. Already not half bad. And when it flips into Lazotep Convert, it's a 4/4 zombie, and it enters the battlefield as a copy of any creature card in a graveyard, except it's a 4/4 black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. This is going to be a terrific way to grab great abilities from your graveyard, or if you're up against like an Atraxa style build or something, you never know, man. You might be able to take their Atraxa. I think we've done that on the channel, actually. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure we've done pretty amazing things with Amonkhet. Definitely underplayed. Oh, buddy, I'm all over the place. Let's go back to the front of the build and go over Gnawing Vermin. It's a 1 mana, 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, target player mills 2 cards. So you just target yourself in a deck like this. You like to keep your graveyard nice and stocked up. When Gnawing Vermin dies, target creature you don't control gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Not bad. We got 4 Oracle of Tragedies, which was a card mentioned in the comments of one of my previous videos. Although, yeah, this build wasn't like a suggestion in the comments, but trying out Oracle of Tragedy was a suggestion. So thank you for the suggestion. It's a 2 mana 1/3. When Oracle of Tragedy enters the battlefield or dies, choose one. So you can either draw a card, then discard a card. Nice, that'll keep our graveyard stocked with creatures that we want to bring back. Or you can shuffle up to 4 target cards with mana value 3 or greater from your graveyard into your library. Honestly, I guess you never really know when that could come in handy, but really we're looking at that top ability here, right? I like that it's an ETB and or dies, right? So yeah, pretty cool, man. We have Tainted Indulgence. It's a 2 mana instant speed. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card unless there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard. This is easily just going to be a 2 mana draw 2 in the late game, so nice. Got Kaito Shizuki. We do get to see Kaito every now and then, but I still think it's just powerful enough to be called underplayed, man. And mainly because that top ability, keeping it around, it's just solid, dude. 3 mana, 3 loyalty, Planeswalker. At the beginning of your end step, if Kaito Shizuki entered the battlefield this turn, he phases out. It's just a really good ability to have on a Planeswalker. It's got a +1 here, draw a card, then discard a card unless you attacked this turn. Nice, keeping our graveyard stocked, right? Or you can just create that 1/1 ninja that can't be blocked. And then it's got a -7 here, where you get an emblem with whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search your library for a blue or black creature card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Gotta be real with you guys. That might actually be pretty good in a deck like this, so... Got a couple Maestros Charms here. It's a 3 mana instant speed, rocking all the Grixis colors up there. You get to choose one of these abilities. Look at the top 5 cards of your library, put one of those cards into your hand, then the rest into your graveyard. Nice. Each opponent loses 3 life, you gain 3 life, not bad. Or just deal 5 damage to a creature or planeswalker. This charm is actually kind of ridiculous, isn't it? Those are 3 just terrific abilities that, yeah, just a great piece of utility, huh? Okay, the very top end, we have a Tidal Terror with that island cycling 2 being able to grab our Xander's Lounge. I'm not complaining. It's a 6 mana 5/6, and when it attacks, you may tap 2 other untapped creatures you control. If you do, Tidal Terror can't be blocked this turn. Not half bad, guys. We've got a couple Olivia Crimson Brides here, just more ways to reanimate. 6 mana 3/4 Flying Haste, and when Olivia attacks, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped and attacking. It gains when you don't control a legendary vampire, exile this creature. We do have another legendary vampire in here. It's Lord Xander the Collector. It's a 7 mana 6/6. When Lord Xander enters the battlefield, target opponent discards half the cards in their hand, rounded down. When Lord Xander attacks, defending player mills half their library, rounded down. Okay. And when Lord Xander dies, target opponent sacrifices half the non-land permanents they control, rounded down. Not a bad creature, is it, guys? It really isn't. The big problem with when you're swinging in with Olivia, it already comes in tapped and attacking, so you won't get the Lord Xander attacks ability there. But outside of that, yeah, I like it. We have a single Toxrill the Corrosive. We do get to see Toxrill every now and then, but it's just like such a solid, like top-end creature that I'm still shocked we don't see more of it. So 7 mana 7/7. At the beginning of each end step, you put a slime counter on each creature you don't control. Creatures you don't control get -1/-1 for each slime counter on them. Whenever a creature you don't control with a slime counter on it dies, you create a 1/1 black slug creature token, and then for a blue and a black, you can sacrifice a slug to draw a card. Really good creature, guys. Okay, and like I said, the mana base, we had to cheat a little bit. We do have a Mirix over here, all for Xander's Lounge. We got the slow lands with the Haunted Ridge and the Storm Carved Coast, and then fast lands between the Underground River and the Dark Slick Shores, as you can see here in the beginning, where really just have Dimir cards for the first couple turns anyway, so that's the plan there. Got the Crucible, the Abandoned Mire, the Soaring City leaning towards the swamps over the islands, and we don't have any mountains in here because that's how the mana is leaning, huh? Honorable mentions, guys. I'm not going to take too long to go over it, but yeah, like we couldn't play with Go for the Throat because it is way too played, and the theme here is underplayed only. So yeah, no Go for the Throat or other removal like that. Thought about Cruelty of Gix. I think it could be solid, but I actually just wanted more creatures to work with the Overwhelming Remorse. And so, like, if you drop the Archpriest, that's less creatures going into your graveyard from the mill abilities and stuff. So Overwhelming Remorse gets a little worse. And while I do think Cruelty of Gix is underplayed, I don't think it fits this deck in particular, mainly because I wanted more creatures, right? And other than like the Tidal Terror, we do have some other cycling cards like Injector Crocodile. If this was an ETB instead of dying, I actually think I would have played the Crocodile over the Terror, but as of right now, I think the Terror is going to be a little bit better. But we'll see, huh? Invasion of Fiora is definitely an underplayed board wipe, but I don't know about for this build in particular. Breach the Multiverse. I don't know if we could technically call this underplayed because we have seen a lot more Breach the Multiverse, and then it's like such like a niche style card anyways. And it's gonna come down to that same concept, man. We want as many creatures packed in as possible for the Overwhelming Remorse to actually be decent removal. So yeah, no Breach the Multiverse this time. More of the swamp cycling creatures. This one's actually 7 mana. It's got that backup too, though, and the Menace. This one could be a better choice than the Tidal Terror, but I actually do think the 7 mana is going to matter sometimes instead of the 6 mana on the Terror. So yeah, I guess realistically it's just not in here because it cost 1 more mana, and you never know when you're not reanimating and just playing them down for what you have. Ovika Enigma Goliath was a card I thought about, but obviously just opting for like Lord Xander and Toxrill instead. And then Blade Coil Serpent. I actually do think this is an underplayed Grixis card. It seems just solid all around. Not this time around though, since again we do have the Reanimator style going on here. Okay guys, this one took me a while to go over, just like the last underplayed video. Like there's just so much we don't see. I wanted to make sure, especially for me too, like just going over the cards again to remember what they all do, right? All right guys, let's go ahead, take it into some ranked and see how we do. All right guys, we'll see if we can get right into that first game here. It took a second for waiting for the server. It's a little laggy there, so hopefully... Oh, there we go. Okay, what am I expecting from the build, guys? Okay, I gotta be real with you. There are a lot of synergies in this deck. A lot of great, powerful synergies. So I'm expecting a little bit, but I also expect jank. So, you know, let's call it 50-50. I think we'll win some. I think we'll lose some. I don't think it's going to be definitive losses. And I don't think it's going to be absolute blowout victories either. So, yeah. Somewhere in the middle is what I'm expecting. Alright, pretty slow land here for the first couple turns, but that's fine. Totally fine. It might have been a risky hand to keep, honestly. Skrelv, nice. Get another blue source down so we can keep the Xander's Lounge open. Okay, I mean, we'll have the 5 mana for when it comes time to play these great creatures, so... And Rankle and Torbran working really well with the Sol'kanar. Probably start with Sol'kanar then, right? Oh, this could be scary. Oh, wedding announcement. Okay, they keep the Skrelv back. They don't want to trade. I think we would have taken that trade, too. Draw a card, mill 2. Could have been pretty good. I don't mind seeing the mana here. It's just like, it's really slow right now. Guess we could keep Heartstabber back as a blocker still. That's probably fine. Sol'kanar is going to come down and probably do 3 damage right away to the Skrelv. Get that off the board, I would say. Is that a worthwhile trade just to see what we see on the top? It might be. It might be. Let's do this. Oh, man. Oh, Xander going into the grave. All right. Nice. One of the Overwhelming Remorses, though. Broker's Ascendancy. Dude. Okay. Oh, there's another Overwhelming Remorse. That's good news. Alright, we should just go right into our 5-drop, huh? Like I said, 3 damage to the Skrelv right away is probably best bet. Wedding Announcement still going to get them another creature, and then the Ascendancy gets a little out of hand. We only have 1 mana open, guys. And it's probably the Skrelv that's sticking open here. Yeah, the Broker's Ascendancy is a bit of a problem, but we can get there. I don't mind the draw as well. Now we should take out that Skrelv, I think. Right? That takes care of like the whole kind of sort of hexproof nonsense on this. Hexproof from that color until end of turn, so that way we can actually use the Overwhelming Remorse when it comes time. Wow. Okay. This is an interesting build, guys. What on earth? What on earth is happening? Okay, I don't mind Olivia bring back Lord Xander, but like they have great blocks, man. They have terrific blocks, and if I'm not careful, could wrap up pretty soon here. So Skrelv has Ward too because of the Thopterex. The Gold Forged Thopterex. I don't mind Rankle, but they have a great blocker in the air. They don't have the Skrelv ability open, so if we go like Overwhelming Remorse... Bro, I'm sorry, opponent. I'm thinking, I love the build, first of all. Alright, we're going to take this a little slower, guys. We're going to mill ourselves, see if we can get Overwhelming Remorse a little cheaper. We got it a little cheaper. That's fine. That's fine. Since Skrelv doesn't have haste, we can successfully get rid of that like that. And then we have the Heartstabber for the turn still. We could swing with Sol'kanar, but that's probably not... Like, they can double block here. Use 1, but they don't know if I have removal in hand. I think we don't swing. I don't think they would take the Sol'kanar damage. I really don't. So draw is probably best bet. Okay, Crucible. All right. Tough turn there because, yeah, we had to decide how slow do we want to take this. By some miracle... Oh my goodness, okay. At least it's not another wedding announcement, honestly. Honestly, dude, this is scary. We got the stuff in the... Got the stuff in the air. Olivia, Rankle... Maybe it's Rankle for the turn. How you guys feel about that? Rankle over Olivia, probably. Sacrifice the Sol'kanar. Right? Oh, we do have Crucible if we wanted to sacrifice that instead. And have one more turn with the Sol'kanar. Can always bring it back, though, too. I don't know. Yeah, we could go Crucible for 2. So first, Rankle hits through. As long as they don't have removal for it, that would be awkward. Oh, yeah, no. We'll sacrifice the Sol'kanar. But we're also going to make everything go a little bit more damage getting through, too. So maybe I could just do the trade here, sacrifice a Crucible. I don't really know. Let's see what ends up happening. So, treasure, this. I guess we could do Crucible, sacrifice one of those. Oh, no, we can't, apparently. Yeah, no, I would have had to put that down beforehand. So this now trades, because it's doing 2 extra. So we could get rid of, like, Heartstabber. Get the mill that way. But now they're doing a lot of extra damage, too. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I should have done Crucible, honestly. I should have done Crucible. That way the 6/6 was trading in, right? But now we have chump blockers, which is good. We can actually still use the treasure. Yeah. That could have been played out a little better. I thought on top of the stack of the Torbran ability, I was going to be able to activate the Crucible, but apparently not. Just a weird timing thing there. Eternal Wanderer. Bro! Crap. Okay, at least we still have Crucible. Oh, no, we won't because we're losing Rankle, so it's going to cost 4. See what they end up doing first. Go for the swing first. Okay. Should we chump? I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, I really should have used this last turn, guys. I really should have. See, the problem is they got the -4 on the Eternal Wanderer. Just a scary looking Bant list, man. They let us keep our Gnawing Vermin. Luckily, Heartstabber draws us a card, and Olivia helps us take care, well, obviously take care of the Wandering Emperor, but... Okay, we saw Storm-Carved Coast. Skrelv going up to 7/7. Wow, Archpriest is great, man. Archpriest is great, but it's got to be Olivia for the turn, I would say. That way we can successfully take out the Eternal Wanderer. Oh! There we go. And then what do we want to bring here? I could have brought Rankle and just won the game, guys. I could have... Wait, we could still win with Lord Xander, right? No, we can't. Crap. Rankle would have won the game for us. I made an oopsie daisies. I'm sorry, guys. This was a list I should have practiced with. I lost lethal damage regardless. I should have just swung at face. Well, we'll see if I get punished for it, man. GG, opponent, GG. Luckily, we did get punished, but I had, like... I wasn't looking at their health at all until after the swing. That could have gone really bad, but also just pretty cool to showcase the deck doing a thing against a really cool list opponent. Very neat. Just Bant, guess Legends is my guess because they had that Thopter in there. No idea. Yeah, I guess we were slamming enough damage through that whole game. So, I gotta keep a better eye on my opponent's health. Sit up straight. Red, you got this. You got this, man. The number of times in, like, mid-range style builds and stuff. Okay, opponents go first here. Dude, this is a really slow hand. Really, really slow. I should mulligan. Okay, a little better. I guess the Haunted Ridge. And then we go Xander's Lounge for turn 1. Woo, good thing we mulliganed, guys. Up against mono red. Heartstabber does block in the air, or it could take some burn off of our face. Anyways, yeah, the number of times in, like, mid-range builds I just miss lethal for a turn, and then I'm sweating like, am I gonna get punished? Yeah. Is the pain worth it? Probably not, actually. We should just play the Soaring City. Get Heartstabber down. Like, keeping Soaring City back for a way to slow them down later on seems fine, too, but having a couple turns with Underground River dealing extra damage to us also just doesn't seem like the correct thing to do. You know what I mean? Mechanized Warfare. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely worth the block. Taking 3 on the ground from the adversary. See what we see. Black Sun's Twilight is open for 2. Underground River. Haunted Ridge. Okay. So we should probably play that. Tragedy no longer blocks on the ground well since it's Warfare. But it still might be worthwhile. It's still a chump blocker. That lets us trade cards out and everything. I like this over. Okay, another underground river. I think that's enough pain land for now. 3 underground rivers, 2 Black Sun's Twilights. We're probably in trouble. Okay. Okay, they probably just hit creature here. I mean, either way works. Yeah, we should probably ditch one of the rivers. Oh, Maestros Charm. Nice, that's pretty good. Probably use the life gain ability on that. Oh, and a Feldon too. Bro, we're in so much trouble. They should just swing at that invasion, right? No? Going face. Deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls. I guess it doesn't work for battles, huh? I think we've tried that in the past, actually. Oh, Sol'kanar's pretty good. We have Charm open. Black Sun's Twilight for 2. Between the 2 of these, I mean, we probably hit the Feldon. It's not going to be enough, is it? It depends. It depends what's in their hand, guys. I think Mono Red is definitely slamming enough through. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I guess it's Black Sun's Twilight. Because that's 8 damage, right? And then we go X's 2, hit the Feldon, taking 4. And hopefully that last card in hand isn't a Play with Fire, because it very well could be. Okay. Passes back to us. There is so much that could kill us, guys. Sol'kanar. Sol'kanar for the turn, huh? And then gain 2 back up to 5 is probably best bet. Or we could take out the creature. No. Going up to 5 is safer because of how much burn. I mean, they could still just find a Lightning Strike, though. Lightning Strike for 5 since they have 2 Warfares. Ah, Devastator for 4. GG opponent. Wow. Hey, guys, I think we could have potentially pulled that back a little bit, huh? If they didn't have the lethal in hand from the Devastator's flying, if that was just like another adversary, they still didn't even have... I mean, they could have made it a 3-3, which would be fine. It would have traded with the Sol'kanar, and then we would have taken 4 from adversary down to 1. I mean, technically... It would have been out a creature, and we could have used the 5 damage on this to take out something too, but I think saving that for the life gain would have been better and using the Black Sun's Twilight. We did not have the 6 mana available next turn because we would have had the Xander's Lounge, unless we found an untapped mana off the top. Yeah, no, I mean, Mono Red is obviously just wickedly fast regardless, but I don't know. I feel like that honestly could have gone either way, as funny as that sounds, right? I think we could have potentially started to pull that back. Like, untapped mana if the Sol'kanar did die, and then the Black Sun's Twilight brings it back, and we get the life gain from that again. I mean, that would have been insane, dude. The double Warfares really worked out for the opponent as well. Opponent goes first again. We don't have a red source. I don't know if we need it right now. We have a turn 1 that's a decent blocker. We have the Kaito that helps us filter through the deck. I like this. I don't mind this hand. I don't think we need the red source right now. Hello, opponent. Nice sleeves. Like the Maestros Charm, I mean, we're splashing red for the late game anyways. I think the Maestro's Charm is the first thing that needs red in the list regardless. And then the Rankle and Torbran does need double red, but overall, it's fine. Oh, there's the opponent. Okay. We're keeping it. We're giving it a shot. Oh, nice. Look at this lineup, dude. This is terrific. It's a really good draw. Nice. Oracle of Tragedy, Haunted Ridge. Uh-huh. Maybe some mono white mid-range? It's been a second. Yeah, it might be. It might be mono white mid-range. Could be an interesting matchup. Do I mind the trade here? Not really. But I might want to hold off for now, because they could play like Spirited Companion too. Then that trade all of a sudden gets a lot better. Okay, Guardian. Okay, return it to the battlefield. Okay, nice. We don't see that being played too often. Cool addition. There's a red source. Nice. For when it comes time. We could do that. We could have the Maestros Charm available then. I think it's just going to be Kaito for the turn, though. And I guess trade out. How you guys feel about that? I don't mind, like, sending the... Okay, Overwhelming Remorse. I don't mind sending the Sol'kanar, although it could be, like, a really good addition. We'll bring it back eventually, right? Makes the Overwhelming Remorses cheaper as well. No swings this time around. And there's always a chance of finding even more of our top end off the Kaito too, so it's fine. Yeah, they can't, like, swing at Kaito or anything, so... I mean, I'll dump. That's fine. Mill a couple, draw some. Overwhelming Remorse is now down to 2. It's not bad. It's a great piece of removal, dude. As long as our, like, graveyard doesn't get obliterated, right? So Tidal Terror could help us find some more land, and then Overwhelming Remorse becomes 1, which is fine. I don't mind that. If we go for this turn, careful with Auto Tapper, guys. Then we'll actually be able to play the Xander's Lounge for the turn, out tapped. Keep the Overwhelming Remorse available. Oh, I could have swung and drew as well. But I'm okay with discarding as well and keeping the blocker back. Now this is fine, because it'll be at 5, and if they full swing at the Kaito, then we have the Overwhelming Remorse available. I apologize, guys. I should have practiced with this build for sure. There's a lot going on. A lot more than I'm used to, honestly, so... Hopefully I'm doing the deck a little bit of justice. If nothing else, at least figuring stuff out after the fact. Okay, Farmhand, grab a Plains. That's their 5th. Oh yeah, definitely mono white mid-range, but... So full swing at Kaito is possible, then Overwhelming Remorse the Guardian. Ossification? Darn. Okay. I mean, that hits the Kaito then, they don't even bother. Now they full swing face probably, right? Since the Gnawing Vermin. And this is worth it. Picking up a 3/3 and we still have another one. The Exile's decent. And Gnawing Vermin is probably going to be a much better blocker here. Maestros Charm. At this point, we just need to see more, and I'm a little sad I sent the Sol'kanar, right? Because that's... I mean, I guess... Yeah, no, it's fine, it's fine. Maestros Charm. Okay. So we'll keep the Charm and the Remorse open. Crucible's the second red for when we need it. For Torbran. Rankle and Torbran, right? Other than that, we just kind of keep this stuff open and see what happens. We could swing, but like, kind of a better blocker right now, because they'll just take that 1 for sure. We'll just keep cheesing that 1 through. And they got a little bit more pressure. Lay down arms. Okay, that exiles, unfortunately. Yeah. Back up to 21 at least. That's good. I am going to not block. We're gonna go Maestro's Charm and see what actually, we should do that now then, and then block. Because the Heartstabber could become a 3/3. Although they could just have spot removal for the Heartstabber too. One of those cards into your hand, Olivia. Nice. All right. Olivia is in the hand. Heartstabber is a 3/3. We'll block the companion probably. Well, they can transform farmhand eventually, so maybe it is the farmhand while they can't transform it, right? They're going to be drawing off the announcement. Down to 17. Okay. Mightstone, Weakstone. Okay. Wonder if they draw 2 here. Probably, right? I don't know if that Heartstabber's... Oh, they go -5, -5. Huh. Okay, I mean, they don't know we picked up the Olivia. Draw, flip, Maestro's Charm. Okay, what's in this grave, dude? Nothing too hefty. I guess the Sol'kanar's the best thing, right? Xander's Lounge. I guess we'll just get the Underground River down. Underground River number 3 for some reason. The Painlands like to stick in my hand, guys. They do. Alright, it's got to be the Sol'kanar, right? This would be an insane game for Lord Xander. Down to 11. Which one's the best one right now? You get him down to 9? That's not the greatest. Probably drawing, right? Probably just seeing more. I think so, against mono white. So far, these cards are just insane, dude. I think they fit the title of underplayed really well. Alright, Wandering Emperor hits that Olivia. Sol'kanar is out of here. Does it go to the grave or exile? I forget right now. Exile this creature, okay. Well, we have Remorse for the Emperor if it gets out of hand. They gain 2, back up to 13. Oh, Olivia number 2. Wow. I mean, now what do I bring? Oh, it's got to be Olivia number 2, right? Xander's Lounge for the turn. Swing Olivia to Emperor. Probably... Yeah, that Lord Xander would have been insane. Yeah, now I'm double checking the opponent's health so I don't like miss lethal here, because this would be one where we really need to hit it. See, Tidal Terror seems fine, but so does Heartstabber, man. With the extra draws and everything. But that's when it dies. If something happens with the exile, which is very likely. I think it's going to be Terror. For the sake of more damage. Hopefully they don't have removal for Olivia. But if they do, the Terror would leave anyways, so... Okay, Emperor's out of here. They're down to 8. And Xander's Lounge for the turn. Alright, guys. Anyone's game for sure. Mirrex is what they had open. They have 6 damage on this board state. Another Emperor would just be devastating. Or an Eternal Wanderer. Yeah, okay. They choose the Tidal Terror. Olivia dies, which means Tidal Terror dies too. So, I guess... What does that bring the Eternal Wanderer to? A 1/1? So I guess Crucible helps us get rid of that. No more than 1 creature can attack the Eternal Wanderer each combat. So... What a back and forth match, man. We have Overwhelming Remorse, but we got to be prepared for even more Planeswalkers for sure, dude. Oracle of Tragedy is fine. We could try to see more off of that first. I don't think so, though. I think I'm going to keep the Maestros Charm and the Remorse open for the turn. So Crucible. Swing, swing. It's not bad, guys. 7-7. Like I said, back and forth match. We're going to keep the Charm and the Remorse open. I mean, honestly, the deck itself is kind of doing terrific so far, isn't it? We'll take the 2. And I don't mind doing the top ability on the charm again. But also just like, okay. Okay, that's bad. Remorse on that for sure. Right? I guess we should do that on the stack before they can get rid of one of the tokens on that. The counters, I mean. We could do 3 to face. We'll go back up to 8. We have 2 on the board here. Let's see if they create a 1/1. Oh, I guess they can't because the card's gone. Just seeing more off the top could be fine. Look at the top 5. I guess that's probably the best bet, right? Man, that's a tough decision because doing 3 damage could be really good. Like, really good. Sol'kanar, okay, that's probably decent. Probably decent. We have 23 cards remaining. Xander's Lounge. We could cycle that first, but I think we're actually just going to get more blockers down too. Swing for 2. Oh, the Mirex we gotta be careful about. Everything we gotta be careful about. But yeah, Mirex is gonna generate another. It's just gonna be Oracle of Tragedy for the turn too. Yeah, maybe I should have done Oracle of Tragedy first. Again, I'm not really playing the deck out very well. Because yeah, we might have found something a little better. So Oracle of Tragedy before combat. Both of our Olivias are gone though, so. Speaking of which, no. Seeing more. Because one of the Olivias is exiled anyways. Invasion of Amonkhet. Wow. Alright, Xander's Lounge. Keep the Amonkhet. Opponent will go down to 3. We're going up to 7. Although we could ping the creature too. Or draw, for that matter. Nah. I like this. I like keeping them on their toes here. They go for the draw on the Reliquary. Alright, guys. Another Eternal Wanderer would be worst case scenario. And both of our Maestros Charms are gone too. That picks up the Sol'kanar. We have a decent blocker for Companion for now. That's 2 ossifications down. A Wandering Emperor and an Eternal Wanderer down. They go for draw on the Companion. Yeah, they're keeping their hand nice and stocked, man. So I think both of our Maestros Charms are gone, right? Maestro Charm. Yeah, so just dealing that 3 direct. Remember, the second charm is where we found the Sol'kanar, so it's not like... I mean, in a couple turns, I guess we had the potential of drawing the Sol'kanar, but they keep everything back, making this Shadow Priest not terrific, but it's not bad either. It's just like, yeah, the Death Touch and everything, I guess, would pick up either of those. Deals damage to a battle too, so we could start with Invasion and we'll still have enough, and we could totally back up on the Oracle and see if they trade with the Guardian, which they very well might. That's not bad. Get a draw. Black Sun's Twilight, dude. Unfortunately, a lot of our stuff is just exiled. Be nice to see more of the top end here. Okay, it's got to be Archpriest, right? I am afraid of a board wipe, but this is fine. And if they do trade with that 4/4, that's pretty good for us, man. If we do damage to the battle, we get a creature, so we might as well swing at the Invasion of Amonkhet instead of their face. If we had lethal at face, we'd swing 3 to face, right? See, the Death Touch trades, which is pretty good. At this point, dude, I'm gonna shuffle. We're gonna, Olivia, we might want to bring back from the grave. We're gonna go Maestro's Charm. Shuffle up to 4 target cards with 3 or greater. So Overwhelming Remorse, Maestros Charm. Okay, both of the charms are back in the deck now. It's not bad. It's not bad, dude. Sarah Paragon. That's really bad for us. Okay, they just play a land. Oh, Roadside Reliquary. That's really good. Oh man. Use the Mightstone, Weakstone, draw 2 again. They have 29 cards remaining. Go Black Sun's Twilight on the Sarah Paragon. Ah, they pick up the Archpriest. Dude, this is rough. That's all 3 of their ossification. No, not all 3. They still have 1 more ossification, probably. They probably run all 4. Farmhand. Just more blockers on the ground is terrific. Go for the swing. They're at 5, unfortunately, guys. I'm going to go for lethal damage next turn. No blocks. Because we're going to be picking up Sarah Paragon. Where X is 6. Get the Olivia back. X is 6. Hit the Sarah Paragon. Could do X is 7. Olivia. Oh, it comes back tapped. It comes back tapped, guys. I forgot about that. Oh no. Okay, we have blockers. We have blockers. Forgot about that. For this turn at least. This is like, it took me so long to go over the deck because at the end of going over it, I said I was reading the cards for myself too because yeah, we just don't see these often. Sanctuary Warden. We do have X's 6 for that too. Unfortunately. Okay, yeah, we're forced to block on the ground. Down to 1. If they have instant speed removal for the Olivia, then it's over. Other than that, all we need to do is grab back a card with Olivia. X is 6. That has, so like we can grab one of the Heartstabbers. And then we'll swing with Olivia. Grab a Heartstabber. Because it's a 3/3 in the air. Yep, GG opponent, let's go, guys! Regardless of how poorly I played, the deck just kind of did a thing here and there, huh? 47 minutes in, guys. Unfortunately, that has to be the last match, but I couldn't ask for a better last game, honestly. The only thing I could have asked for was just me playing the deck a little bit better, and again, I apologize for that. Yeah, this is one. Let's get the deck here. Here's the deck list again, guys. This was definitely one that I wish I would have practiced. It was kind of tough, dude, and I guess in a lot of cases, Reanimator style builds can be relatively tough. But I don't know. There was something about this one in particular, and it very well might have been just the fact that we don't get to see these cards too often. Real quick, man. Maestro's Charm is pretty good. This is solid, man. Just the utility in this. A lot of the charms. I gotta go back and try out a lot of the different charms because, yeah, this was good. This was very solid. Kaito was great. Invasion of Amonkhet, I would have liked to see do more today, but you can kind of see in that last match, even just when you play it, like they had so many extra cards, and then we immediately balanced that out by having them discard, then we drew as well, and then milling our stuff into the grave is absolutely terrific anyways. So even though we didn't get the Lazotep convert, even the front side of this battle is completely fine. Overwhelming Remorse was really solid. With our 22 creatures, it was not difficult to get this relatively cheap. Although if you're up against something like Mono Red, it might be a little bit too slow. Same thing with Black Sun's Twilight as well. If we didn't have the restriction of just playing underplayed stuff, then obviously like dropping one of the Black Sun's Twilights and like another 1 or 2 of the Remorse for just more like consistent removal between the cut downs and go for the throats, right? I could actually see this being really decent, man. So yeah, underplayed Grixis. I think going the Reanimator route was completely fine and made a lot of sense. I do like the Archpriest. Just more creatures for the Remorse is completely fine outside of some of the other Reanimator cards, like the Cruelty of Gix and stuff. Sol'kanar was really good. I like Rankle enough to actually consider 2 of them, but I think the 1 of is fine. I just would have liked to actually see it more today, which is why, considering 2. Our top end between the 1 Toxrill and the 1 Lord Xander, I guess wasn't enough, and the Tidal Terror to bring back. But realistically, we were looking at 5 mana cards to bring back. Between the Sol'kanar, Rankle, even the Archpriest, and that way we can hit it with the Black Sun's Twilight too. So we weren't looking at like super top-end Reanimator. We were just looking for consistent good things to reanimate, and it worked out very nicely. Heartstabber was great. Oracle of Tragedy did a thing, dude. Keep your eye on this card. It's actually pretty sick. I like it. I love that it has the ETB and the death trigger because it just does a thing, and 1/3 actually does more than you would think too. I like this. Did we see Tainted Indulgence? Not really. And the Vermin was solid too because it's just more creatures for the Overwhelming Remorse and more ways to get more into your grave, which just works with everything. A lot of great synergies here, guys. The mana base was completely fine, wasn't it? With 26 total land, I wouldn't go up or down. It seemed pretty consistent, dude. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. We played Grixis Reanimator in the past and had a blast as well. I think I might have played those ones out a little bit better too, though. No, yeah, I like this. I would love to play with this one more, actually. So hopefully you guys enjoyed as much as I did. And if you made it this far into the video, then for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.